is long, right? The back is long and the neck is long. And the chin is dipped slightly to put our head in alignment. So now take your circle again, and we're going up. We're taking this line all the way up, 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 above the head. Imagine raising the crown of your head up to the ceiling. Sit up tall. So you're pulling your whole body up, sitting up tall, and bring the hands down. Other hand down as well. Take the shoulders up, back, and down. I don't know about you guys, but I'm creaking. My shoulders have been sitting there, and it's nice to creak. It's good for you to creak, by the way. It's just good. The joints have fallen asleep, and we want the joints to wake up. Nice. Okay, so let's bring our palms up on our legs, inviting you to do this. And maybe join the thumb index finger. So this is something in yoga called a hand gesture. It's called, or a mudra. That's the Sanskrit name. And it's a very nice one to do. It helps with concentration. And when we have our palms up on our thighs, this helps give us energy. So now we're going to breathe. I know you're breathing, but we're going to do some conscious breathing. Mindful breathing. So maybe bring one hand to the chest if you want to. It's up to you, or you can just imagine it. I'd like you to breathe in through the nose if that's available to you, and feel the chest rise. And exhale. Maybe you feel the chest descend, or imagine this. Another deep breath in, chest rises. Exhale, let the chest go down. Now if you want to, bring one hand, or even maybe two if you want, around the rib cage. And take a deep breath in here, and maybe you'll feel the ribs grow. Maybe not, doesn't matter. And exhale, let the ribs come in. Another deep breath like an accordion opening. And then exhale, let the accordion get small. And now if you want, hand on the lower abdomen. And take a deep breath in here. And pretend you've got a balloon inside the belly. See if you can make your belly really big. And then exhale. It's okay to have a big belly. Let the balloon get small. Inhale, another big belly. And then exhale, let the balloon get small. Nice. Okay, bring your palms back together onto your lap. Thumb and the index finger together. Sit up tall. Roll the shoulders up, back and down, back into our mountain pose. Deep breath in. And exhale. Okay, now we're going to do a hand exercise. So I'd like you to see if you can bring the outsides of your hands together. You can have the fingers straight or curled, it doesn't matter. And you have a choice here. You can hold them, you can rub them, or you can tap them. Now, I've learned from one of my Parkinson students that she likes to do them really big taps like this. So you have a choice. You can do little taps or big taps. So there's a way to modify everything we do to fit every body, okay? Or even just imagine doing it. Okay, so we're going to pause now. See if you can bring the heels of your hands together now. So there's the heels, holding, rubbing, or tapping. So you choose what works for you. You can imagine this. You can do it. You can rub it. It's different. I think rubbing is like a little soothing, and the tapping is a bit more energetic. What do your hands need today? You choose where you are today. Okay, let's pause. Turn the palms out. Bring the thumbs together. Holding, rubbing, or tapping. And this is interesting because the thumb can be quite delicate, but you decide. Do you want to do it vigorously or do you want to do it gently? It's your body. You do it your way. Nice. Okay, let's pause now. Let's open the palms. Take one fist into the palm, other palm, and hold it into the palm. So you can hold this, you can rub it, or you can tap it. I like this one too. This is like how you can do upper body strength, yeah, by not having to do weights. I hate going to the weight room. It's so boring. I'd rather do weights with my students on the chair. More fun. Okay, let's pause here. Let's open the other hand. Close this fist, put it into the other palm. And we're going to do another. We're going to rub, or you can tap, hold, rub, or tap. You decide. And we do two sides of the body with yoga, or we try it. One side will be different than the other. The two sides of the body are never the same, whether you have Parkinson's or not. One is going to be stronger, one's going to be more flexible. It's normal. But we try to do both sides because we want to see if we can even out the body. Balance the body, balance the brain. Okay, open your hands now. Turn one upside down. See if you can bring the backs of the hands together. So we're holding them, or we're rubbing them, or we're tapping them. I always think this one's weird, touching the backs of my hands. Don't usually do that. But it's good for you. It's good for your circulation. Okay, so let's pause now. Let's take the hands apart, and you're going to turn them the other way and see if you can do the backs of the hands on the other direction. Holding, rubbing, or tapping. And sometimes it's the same direction. You can do. I find this lately that it's actually one side's harder than the other for me, but that's okay. That's why I try to do both. Okay, let's pause now. Now have the palms facing each other and see if you can hook your thumbs. So we can hold this or we can rub it. If you're pregnant, don't do anything else, please, or you can tap. This is called the Hoku point. And if anyone's pregnant, it can induce labor. So I wish I'd known about when I was on my 19 hours with my daughter. But I wasn't doing yoga back then, so I have a student now who's training with me. She's pregnant, so I told her, just hold it. She's obeying at the moment. She doesn't want the baby yet. So, all right, let's pause now. So we're going to flip the hands the other way. You've got to do the other way, holding, rubbing, or tapping. It's always a way to adapt to your body. Okay, let's pause now. Now let's bring the hands out, separate the fingers, and see if you can interlace your fingers. You can have the tips of the fingers that go all the way into the webs, hold, rub, or tap. Up to you. Whatever you want to do. Okay, now we have a special thing we're going to do. You're going to pause and have a look at your index finger that's on top. You're going to take the fingers apart and reinterlace them, but put the other index finger on top. And you're going to hold, rub, or tap. And I do this all the time, but that still feels weird to me. And the idea is to do new movement with your body. Change the patterns, because that's how you get those the neurons going. Neurogenesis that we talked about, you get new neurons can get going when you change your movements. Okay, let's pause here. Now take your hands and put them on the legs. And if you're able just to close your eyes for a moment or just look down and breathe here. Just breathe in as deep as you can, either into the ribs or to the belly. And just notice, is there any change in your hands? Maybe they feel warmer, maybe they don't. Doesn't matter if you feel a change or not, just notice. No judgment. Remember the principle I mentioned of ahimsa, nonviolence. Just be nice to yourself no matter what you feel, no matter where you are. Breathe here, just another couple of breaths. Okay, palms together. Now we're going to do tree pose now. Now does everybody know what tree pose is? So tree pose, I'll show you on a mat, you're supposed to stand on one leg. And then also you're going to fall over. I always fall over with tree pose. I need something to support me. We're going to do it on a chair. So you get all the benefits, but you can do it safely on a chair. All right, so we're in our sitting mountain pose first. So come to your mountain pose. So sit up tall, roll the shoulders up, back and down. Lift the toes up, press the feet down, and just notice your alignment, that you're in your sitting mountain. Okay, now we're going to start with, I'd like you to raise your left hand, please. Put it on the inside of your left knee and open the knee up. So you're turning the leg so that you're on the outside of the left foot. Okay, the right foot, I want you to lift the toes of the right foot and press down. This is the standing leg. This is a leg that's going to not move, right? Okay, the left leg. So here's an option. This is just your first option for the lower body. Visualizations first, by the way, just think about it. But you can also do this one. Now, another idea is to take the left foot and hug the right foot. So you've had the left foot next to the right foot. And another option is to cross the ankle. So you cross the left over the right. And we do have spicy option, which is hinging from the hips. Remember I talked about hinging. Bringing the leg up, and you can have the leg up onto the thigh, toe to knee. If you do this option, flex the foot, please, to keep the knee safe. Okay, that's too much for my hips, so I'm going to come down and cross my ankle. You decide. Everybody's got a different body. You decide what works for your body, and if you ever want to do another option, please do. Don't feel a pinch. Go back an inch, okay? You do what works for your body. For the upper body, we could start maybe with our palms together in our lap. Or if you want to, you can have your palms together in front of your heart. And if you want to, you can start to raise the palms up as high as you want to. And we're going to inhale here and exhale to the branches. Inhale, close the branches. Exhale, open the branches. Inhale, exhale, close the branches. And one more time, open. And exhale, close. And now next time I want you to open them. And I want you to sway in the wind. So this is how we get into the spine. You just pretend you're a tree trunk. And you get your spine is a tree trunk. And we get a little bit of movement going in the tree. All right, let's bring the palms back up. And we're going to come back down. Nice. All right, so take the left leg back into sitting mountain. And we got to do the right side. So raise your right hand, please. Bring it on the inside of the knee, the right knee, and open the hip. All right, one option. Or hugging the feet. So the right foot's hugging the left foot, which is stable. Or cross the ankle. Or spicy, which was coming up. And again, remember to flex the foot if you're doing spicy. Everybody find your own option, what works for you. Your level of flexibility is what we call them in this chair yoga. And again, palms where you want them. Maybe you can have them in front of the heart center. And this time when we go up, let's see if we can hold it for 3 breaths. So we're going to inhale up as high as you want to. Deep breath in, holding your tree. And exhale. Another deep breath in. Press the palms together. And exhale. This is for strength. Functional strength. Another deep breath in. Sit up tall, trees. And on this time, you're going to exhale, open the branches, and you're going to twist in the wind. So maybe you see your neighbor when you do a rotation. You can say hello to them. It's always nice to do that. John, we always did this, right? But you didn't have anybody in the room with you. So you had to say hello to nobody. But now we're in a room, so it's nice to see people. Okay, now when you bring your palms down outside, take the palms when you get to the shoulders, and I want you to rotate the palms down. This keeps the shoulder cuffs safe. Bring the right leg back to sitting mountain, and we take a pause here. So just breathe here. So reset your body in sitting mountain. This is the place where we pause and reset, and we notice, like, what happened in that pose? Do I feel anything different? Maybe in the shoulders or the spine or the breath, or it's okay if you don't feel anything. Doesn't matter. Just breathe here and notice. Nice. Okay, palms down. All right, we're going to do a knee exercise now. We don't have a lot of time. We're going to do a bit more. Maybe do a little bit more. Okay. All right, so I want you to take your hands and put them around one knee. I want you to start to rub the knee. Now you have an option here. You can rub it gently, or you can rub it vigorously, or you can just hold it. And this is really good. This is one of the exercises that my current student said helped with her tremor. So I want to do it with you. All right, so now I want you to take your fingers, and I want you to pinch the fingers to the thumbs. And now I want you to pinch or press around the knee. So this is really good for your knee. The knee does not have a lot of natural oxygen blood flow coming to it. So this gets more fresh oxygen into the knee. I always have sore spots around my knees, so it's nice to get more oxygen in there. Okay, nice. Now I want you to take your hands underneath the knee, and I want you to rub under the knee. These are ligaments under the knee. Have you guys heard of the lymph system, the lymphatic system? Okay, so there's no pump in the body for the lymphatic system like there is the heart for the blood. You got to move it. So this moves the lymph in the lower legs, which is really important. Okay, nice. All right, now you can hold the leg, or you can swing it. So we're going to pump up and down with the toe, or you can swing the leg. It's up to you. You decide what you want to do. All right, now we're going to release that down. Now we're going to do the other side. So take the hands around this knee, and notice my other knee is a little bit is a little warmer now. So again, rubbing gently or firmly, or just holding the knee, whatever works. Okay, now we're going to do some pinching around the knee. Nice. Okay, and now go under the knee, and I want you to rub those ligaments. And then either pump it or swing it. Oh, I'm creaking. My knee's creaking. Okay, let's rest now. Come back to your mountain pose. And notice how you feel. Sit up tall in your chair and notice. Okay, so today we're doing a short session. So if you want to, we'll have now a little bit of relaxation. So palms down, and if you want to sit back now, this is the time to sit back. You don't have to sit up anymore. But do see if you can at least extend the spine a little bit. So you can have it up against the back of the chair. But see if you can make the torso long, because it's about the breath, okay? So in other words, we want to see if we can keep from slumping. We're going to see if we can still extend the back of the torso. Have your palms down on your legs. And if you can, have your feet down on the ground as well. And with the eyes, when we relax, it's nice to you can look at me if you wish, But it's even more, it helps even more if we look down at the ground or with a soft gaze, or if you can close your eyes. And I'm going to do a guided meditation. And what that means is that I'm going to keep speaking. So if you don't want to listen to me and you just want to follow your own thoughts, please feel free. But if you are interested, I'm just going to guide you on a little breath meditation for us today. So the first thing I'd like you to do is just notice your breath. And just notice the breath as it's going into the nostrils and going out. We don't have to control the breath now. We're just noticing the breath. Going in and out, flowing in and out. Now let's take the breath on a journey through the body. Because the breath carries the oxygen that is healing for our bodies. And maybe you can imagine, if you wish, that the breath is traveling down into the neck. Relaxing the neck. And let it flow out the shoulders, all the way to the rotator cuffs, relaxing the shoulders. Now imagine the breath traveling down the top of the arms, the elbow, the forearms, the hands, all the fingers, bringing fresh oxygen to all the arms and the hands. And now imagine the breath coming back into the torso, into the chest, bringing fresh oxygen to the heart and all the organs in the torso, healing them, giving them fresh oxygen, fresh energy. Now let the breath travel down to the hips, coming into the thighs, the knees, the shins, all the way down to the feet. And then let that healing breath travel around the top of the feet, around the soles of the feet, and let it travel back up to the calves, the hamstrings, the buttocks, and back to the hips. And just notice, allow the breath to fill the entire lower body with fresh healing oxygen from our own breath. Now we'll take the breath and bring it into the lower back, traveling up to the mid-back, to the upper back, back into the neck, and all the way into the head now. Let it travel through the jaw, the teeth, the lips, the cheeks, the ears, the nose, the eyes, the eyebrows, the space between the eyebrows, the forehead, all the way to the crown of the head, relaxing the whole head. Now imagine the breath coming out the top of the head and enveloping the whole body with healing, oxygen, fresh breath, our own breath. Just sit here for a moment and bask in the healing powers of our own breath. And whenever you're ready, start to notice maybe the air around the body, maybe sounds that are appearing, maybe wiggling the fingers and the toes to start to reawaken the body into the room. And if you want to stretch one leg out and maybe twirl an ankle, getting in some sneaky ankle rotations that we didn't do yet, they're really good for you. Do them in both directions. Do the other leg whenever you're ready, if you wish. Good, I hear lots of creaking, that's good. Getting the synovial fluid going in the feet. Maybe we can stretch an arm up if you want to, as high as you want to, or out, just stretching one side of the body awake again. And then maybe the other side does the same thing. And then if you want to stretch everything out, take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Nice. Okay, now if you want to come back into sitting mountain, because the day's not done, you're not allowed to go to sleep yet, right? We're still here having a nice group session. And sit up in your mountain pose for a moment. And if you'd like to close the eyes or look down, get down again, or look at me is okay. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, let the benefits of our practice today trickle through the body. Take it with you throughout the day, the rest of the day. I like to end the practice palms in front of my heart, raising the thumbs up to the forehead for kind thoughts, down to the mouth for kind words, and back to the heart for kind intentions. Thank you very much for joining me on our yoga practice today and our yoga session. And I'll end with a Sanskrit word, namaste, which means we honor each other's light. Traditional breathing. Thank you, everybody. Well done, you all. I like that. It was a little longer than you wanted. What did you think? Was it okay?
Very nice.
You like chair yoga?
Yes. Yes.
And if anybody ever gets thrown out of chair yoga, that is a sin. I mean, I'm telling you, that's ridiculous. Sorry. I'm like,
The last class I went to, why she told me not to, was I couldn't walk at all. It was very, very strong exercise. Yeah. Like the leg up here.
yes, this is what I mentioned about this chair, the Iyengar chair, that it doesn't have a back. Some people will use that, and that's meant for a strong practice. But if that's not your practice, it's okay for somebody who wants it.
We even did the splits.
Forget that. No splits in my life. Yes.
Was that your normal pace? We seem to go very quickly from one to another. Would that be?
I tend to teach faster. I have a lot of most teachers who teach chair yoga teach slower than I do. Yeah, and I do when I got COVID, John will maybe remember, I was teaching slower because I couldn't speak very much. It's my energy, again, let's say you wanted to train. One of the things that is really important about the training is that each teacher has their own voice. And the training helps you find your voice as a teacher. And somebody who really always wants a very gentle, slow practice, they don't want to come to me. But I know other teachers who can do that. I have a friend, she's amazing. I get her, when I teach the training, I get her to teach a class too. So people can see another style. Because I suit people who like to build a little energy in their body. That's just my style. But I do, if you did a yoga therapy session with me, they tend to go a lot more slowly. Because I do what works for you. Classes are different than one-to-ones. Completely different.
Just a second, waking up in the night, you're determined you need to go back to sleep again. What's the recommendation?
Oh gosh. Well, we do have techniques for that.
Breathing in and holding and counting out.
Yeah.
Working from your toe up.
Yeah, I mean, they work sometimes, right? That mindfulness where you go from body part to body part, like counting sheep, counting body parts. Sometimes it works, yeah. Breathing. I don't advocate breath holding too much. It can be, the thing is, the problem with breath holding is that it can interfere with regular breathing. I know that there are some health benefits to holding the breath, but especially when you're trying to sleep, you don't want to hold your breath when you're sleeping. So I find it a little bit, that sort of box breathing is not what I recommend. If you want to breathe at night, one thing that helps is left nostril breathing. So the right nostril, everybody heard of what's called alternate nostril breathing, okay? So, all right, it's supposedly for balancing the systems of the body, okay? When you breathe into the right, I won't teach it to you. If you want me, if you have time, I can teach it. Do you want me to teach you?
Yeah.
All right, because then I can tell you a bit of it I do this breath when I have trouble sleeping sometimes. I'll tell you how I use it. Okay, so alternate nostril breathing, I'm going to show you the simple way and a little bit more advanced way, and then I'll show you the traditional yoga way, which can be quite intense because you have to hold your hand a particular way. So the first one is I'll show you actually the middle one first. You take one or two fingers and you hold your right nostril closed. Breathe in through the left nostril. Pause, don't hold, just pause. Close the left nostril, open the right nostril, and breathe out through the right. Pause. Inhale through the right. Open the left. Exhale. Inhale through the left. Close, open the right, and breathe out. In through the right. Close. Exhale through the left. In through the left. Close. Exhale through the right. That's all the nostril breathing. Okay? You're inhaling through the left, pausing, exhaling through the right, pausing, inhaling through the right. So it's like that. It's like that. So the traditional way of doing it is you take your right hand and you close your right nostril with your thumb. You inhale through the left nostril. You close the left nostril with the last two fingers. The other two fingers can go straight or they can curl. You open the right nostril and you breathe out through the right. Inhale through the right. Close it. Open the left. Exhale. Inhale. It's like it's hard holding your hand up. You can also do this without any hands. You can just imagine inhaling through the left, pause and then exhale through the right, inhale through the right, pause, exhale through the left. Okay, so there are lots of ways to do it. I know we have to if I would do it in a class, I would teach that slowly to make sure everybody got it. So you guys, that was too fast and you probably didn't learn it very well. Sorry about that. That was terrible teaching. That's a model, do not follow that one. Okay. So what I do at night when I can't sleep, I sometimes do that breath, but what I then also do is I will do left nostril breathing. So I will turn on my right side and I will hold this closed and I will breathe through the left. The right side, this is energizing to breathe through the right nostril. Do not do that for very long ever because it can overexcite the system. It's contraindicated for lots of things. But you can breathe through your left nostril forever. It will never hurt you. And it's supposed to be, it's calming. It connects with the calming part of the physiology, okay? So you can try that, see if it works. It doesn't always work. The other reason it can be challenging is that, do you know about the nasal cleaning cycle? Okay, so every number of hours, don't ask me, I think it's like 8 hours. Maybe it's different for everybody. There's a natural cleaning cycle in your nostrils. So it will close to clean. And then the other one opens. So they go back and forth. So if you close this and you can't breathe, you go, what happened? I don't have hay fever. I don't have a cold. Why can't I breathe? It's because the cleaning cycle is going on. And I know when I was really practicing this breath a lot when I was training for being a yoga therapist, and I did that once, I thought, oh my gosh, I can't do it. It's closed. And I was lying there and I noticed when it opened. Like I was so in the mindfulness stage, like so attuned to my nasal cycle, I noticed when it moved. That was really cool. It only happened once though. So left nostril breathing I would mention. I'm sorry I taught you. Well, we can do it another time. I can come and teach it properly if you're interested. Yes?
Can I just ask if it makes a difference if you're left-handed and your left side is more dominant?
No, it doesn't matter. The whole, see, the thing is that everybody always has a dominant side. And one of the reasons that we do things with one side and then the other and don't do everything together is if you do everything together, the dominant side will take over. The dominant side will get all the benefits. So you need to do two sides because then the non-dominant side gets its time. And it doesn't matter that it's not as strong or as flexible. You just want it to do something. And the goal, sort of, is that you want them to be the same. They're always looking for balance. They'll never be completely balanced, but it's always what we kind of work for. So it's fine if you're left dominant, which is why sometimes I start with the left side. I don't always start with the right side because I had a student who said that to me. He said, I can't do yoga because I'm left-handed. And I was always starting with the right side. I thought, okay, I'll start with the left side sometimes. He wanted to start with his dominant side. We will naturally start with our dominant side. Yeah. Great questions.
Did you have one, John? No, the other John. You're going to ask them.
I've got a cold.
Forget it. Call it alternate nostril breathing with a cold. You do visualization. You can visualize it. Yeah.
Is it good for arthritis?
Yes. Yeah. Both of these, the hand ones and the knees, they're called acupressure hand movements. They're very good for arthritis. Yeah. And there are lots of good exercises for arthritis, but these are particularly, I think, effective because they are. Remember how I mentioned about functional strength? They move. They're not just focused on one thing. They're focused on a bunch of muscles and joints. and they're just more effective that way. For functional flexibility, I don't even know if that's a term, but I'm going to call it that.
Yes, I think help might be a product.
They help my knees. I do them every day. Yeah. Anyway, I'm free for questions. As long as you need me, I'll be here.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That was lovely. Thank you for the offer of the free tasters.
Yes.
I'm sure you'll get some take up.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Oh, just to let you know also, for the taster sessions, if you want to do just chair yoga, you can, but we also work with a mat. I work with a floor. I work with the wall. Yoga's amazing. You know, you're on all these different planes, depending upon where you are. Just to let you know.
I went to yoga.
Excuse me. Chair yoga is proper yoga. I'm sorry, can I change it?
Sorry.
Yeah, thank you. I'm at yoga class.
In the gym.
Yes, a gym class. Oh yeah, we know gym class.
Gym class.
Yes.
And I've got arthritic toe that actually doesn't move, and I can't take off my shoes because I can't do anything without wearing shoes. And she got really annoyed, and she said, "You can't stay in this class because she can't." I said, "I can't do because it doesn't." I don't know what's the matter with it, but anyway, I had it for years, and so I've never tried before, and it put me off. I've heard a friend over there who says it's really good, and it put me off because it was her.
You have to find a teacher who doesn't do that sort of thing. It's not.
Got to wear shoes.
You can wear
Got
shoes.
To wear, no, she said.
I know
can't
that.
Wear
It's
shoes.
not. At first, that's not my philosophy.
Oh,
If
really?
you need something on your feet, you can wear something. There are socks that you wear that you can use that are also don't slide. They're called toe socks, and they have a little. Yeah, they've got little sort of beads underneath, or that you can.
I know.
If you need, you can wear. I have people who do them in their shoes. Oh, by the way, the taser session is not just for people with Parkinson's. It's for the carers. Anybody else here who wants to come. I don't. Not just. Because I believe that people who support people who do Parkinson's deserve yoga too. So anyway, that's just an aside. So yeah, but you have to find a teacher who will not do that. I find that
The gym class is probably not that good then.
well, that teacher, because I have a friend who he's got Parkinson's, he goes to a gym class in St. Albans, and he does yoga there, and he's got Parkinson's. So, I mean, maybe it's okay because he doesn't wear his shoes. I don't know. I can find out what his class is.
We need the name of that teacher so we can avoid it.
Yeah, exactly.
Cassie, did you want to say something else?
Okay. I'm sorry about that. I apologize on behalf of all accessible yoga teachers.
Years ago.
But it puts you off, doesn't it? And then you don't want to go back and you think you can't do it. It's tragic. Did you enjoy it?
He's missed the classes he used to really enjoy because I would come in and I would hear his voice, and I'd hear him laughing and it would
We always had a good time. If I'm ever feeling up to it, I mean, I can't do it now. I thought of it, but I was going to. I might have this. I'll tell you what. This woman training with me, she wants to do an online class. She's installed it. So when she's, I'll let if you want me to, I can give her your details. I'll give you her details when she